Part 42. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 411. The rules of evolution are only the strong eat the weak, survive the fittest, and survive the fittest. There can be no progress without struggle. At that time, the entire Yin family died at least 1 S-level evolutionary and 24 A-level evolutionary. They are the top strengths of the Yin family. After all, the Spirit Alliance, which ranks first among the 4 major alliances, can count 2 A-level evolutionary slaps. It can be seen how strong the Yin family is, but it was so strong that it was almost destroyed. This is all because of Yin Baikan and Yin Yaonian. That group of people even wanted to slaughter the entire Yin family. It was Yin Baikan and Yin Yaonian who refused to protect the family and moved away from the Yin family. Yin Sixen almost died. As long as he thinks of this matter, he only has hatred in his heart. If it wasn't for the 2 brothers Yin Baikan and Yin Yaonian who made mistakes in Eternal, how could the Yin family have encountered such a thing? Yin Sixen's eyes on Mrs Yin and Si fucking instantly turned gloomy. Mochi noticed his distraction, paused, and asked, "Does Mr. Yin need any help?" Yin Sixen came back to his senses, neither salty nor light. "Thank you Miss Mo for explaining the use of these hidden weapons for me. I have something urgent and need to go out." Mochi frowned indiscernibly, and said softly, "Mr. Yin is busy, if you have anything, just contact me directly." Yin Sixen didn't say anything else and left in a hurry. Ms. Chuyi a guard came. It seems that the distinguished guests from the Yin family who came yesterday also left. I don't know where they went, and I didn't see anyone in the family. "I see Mochi," I said lightly. "Young master didn't come out again, right? He is not allowed to come out without my permission in the future." The guard clasped his fists. "Yes, I will follow Miss Chuyi's instructions." "And that female star Mochi," I said again, "did she listen to me?" "I didn't see that Si fucking today," the guard said. "She should be recording a show, right?" "She has a show recorded at the TND Alliance." Heaven and Earth Alliance. Mochi was a little surprised, but his expression was even lighter. Heaven and Earth Alliance has also become secular. After she finished speaking, she didn't ask any more questions. Si fucking and they are not from the same world. As long as it doesn't hurt the Mo family, she doesn't need to pay too much attention. On the street, Si fucking put on the mask, sunglasses, and hat one by one. She also gave Mrs Yin a set of equipment. Mrs Yin smiled and pointed to the billboard on the street. "Ching ching, you see so many advertisements, you look good no matter what you wear. Hey, it's so good looking, my granddaughter is good looking, and she looks good everywhere." Yinkiashi lowered his voice. "Old madam, you are embarrassed to say that, little miss." "What's wrong?" "What I said is the truth." Madam Yin snorted coldly. "Ching Ching has inherited the advantages of Baikan and her mother, and is flawless." Yinkiashi. He also learned a new word in Si fucking super words. Rainbow fart. It can't be more suitable to describe the current Mrs Yin. "Hey, I can't help you with this advertisement." Mrs Yin pointed to the telephone pole and suddenly said, "How can you endorse this kind of software? This will affect your reputation. If you are short of money, Grandma can also give it to you." Si fucking. She tore off the small pirated advertisement with a blank expression, and sent all the names and icons of the pirated advertising company to Sang Yanking. For infringing on her right to portrait and reputation, she must sue and make this dog company lose money. Oh, RM, cosmetics, skincare products, as well as ready-to-wear and watches. Mrs Yin kept memorizing Si fucking's endorsement all the way, and was going to buy dozens of sets when she went back. The 3 go to the private airport. "It's empty here, no one is there." Madam Yin held Si fucking's hand and stopped suddenly. Si fucking moved his ears and narrowed his eyes. Yinkiashi also noticed it, and his expression changed slightly. Old lady, advanced evolutionary, we have been followed. Over the past 20 years, a number of people from the Yin family have died, and the dynasty has already changed. Also because Yin Baikan and Yin Yeonayan brought too much loss to the Yin family. Because Mrs Yin is a rare transcendent grade evolver, her strength is still there, and her status has not been removed. But today is different than it used to be. Buzz dash. The wind was suddenly rushing, and a shadow was coming violently. Mrs Yin blurted out, "Be careful." She protected Sci-fi behind her, and because she couldn't dodge in time, although she avoided important places, she was still stabbed by Yin Sixin. Immediately, blood flowed from the abdomen. Madame Yin snorted. Old lady, Yin Qiashi was shocked. Little miss, is a speed-type evolutionary. We. Before he could finish his words, Sci-fi's eyes suddenly turned violent, looking for death. She raised her right hand, reached into the swept wind, and grabbed Yin Sixin's shoulder very accurately. Not good. Yin Sixin's expression changed greatly. He has always been confident in his speed. As a grade A evolver, his speed is the same as the speed of sound, and he can jump over a distance of 300 meters in 1 second. If the evolutionary ability has nothing to do with speed, even an A-level evolutionary of the same bloodline cannot catch him. Evolution genes bring a variety of abilities. As long as it is the restrained party, the B-level evolutionary may not be inferior to the A-level evolutionary. That's why Yin Sixin dared to directly attack Mrs Yin. He was thinking of killing him with one hit, but what happened now that he was caught? Yin Baikan's daughter also has an evolutionary ability like speed. Her bloodline is indeed not low. Yin Sixin didn't know whether Yin Baikan also combined with the advanced evolutionary. But there are two extreme possibilities for the offspring of a combination of advanced evolutionaries. Either the bloodline is too high to be stable, and the strength is so great that the parents who are guarding by the side also exploded and died. Either positive or negative, giving birth to an ordinary person. Yin Baikan's daughter is really lucky. However, there was simply no time for Yin Sixin to think about it. Sci-fi's expression was cold. She clenched her other hand into a fist, and blasted it directly at Yin Sixin's heart and lungs. Boom. Crack. With the sound of shattering ribs, Yin Sixin spit out a mouthful of blood, his face instantly pale. His expression changed a few times, he gritted his teeth, and finally stopped staying, using the remaining strength to start fleeing. He had no chance and could only go back to find other helpers. The Yin family must not be allowed to suffer again. Yin Baikan's daughter is probably even more terrifying. Seeing Yin Sixin retreating without attacking, Madame Yin's expression suddenly changed, and she said sharply, "Chase." With the order, several guards took the lead in chasing out. But Yin Sixin's speed is too fast, and their bloodline is lower than that of Yin Sixin, so they can't catch up. Grandma Sci-fi supported Mrs Yin, his heart tightened. "Grandma, are you alright?" Cough cough cough, "I'm fine, it's just a minor injury." Mrs Yin coughed a few times and wiped the blood from her mouth calmly. "Ching ching, don't mind me, your punch just now didn't kill him completely. We must find help, we must catch up." For more than 20 years, it was a taboo for the Yin family. Even the Yin family who have experienced this incident know that the two brothers Yin Baikan and Yin Yeonayan are innocent, but after all, the tragedy happened because of them, and so many elites died, it is impossible for others not to express their anger. Sci-fi also clearly knew that some mistakes had to be borne. She will admit her mistake, take over the losses that Yin Baikan brought to the Yin family, and provoke responsibility that belongs to her. But her family is her bottom line. Most importantly, if a family's infighting is too severe, development will stagnate. "Grandma, I'll chase, Uncle Kiyoshi, take good care of Grandma and don't let her move." Sci-fi stretched out a hand and pierced a silver needle into Mrs Yin's wrist. then quickly took out a pill and put it in Mrs. Yin's mouth. Wait for me. Yin Qiashi was also anxious. Little miss. The speed of the man was too fast before, and he couldn't see the man's face clearly. Even Mrs. Yin, whose bloodline is transcendent a grade, suffered a secret loss. I fucking went here. Mrs. Yin obviously also thought of it, and rushed up. Ching ching. Don't worry, old lady. Yin Qiashi held her down. Although he was sweating profusely, he was still comforting old lady Yin. You can't see through the strength of the young lady, you can heal the injury first, and then you can rest assured, little lady. Ah, the young lady is definitely not a stubborn person. And the young lady seriously injured the other party with one punch just now. She will be fine. But he couldn't feel the evolutionary energy fluctuations on Si fucking. Strangeness. Mrs. Yin's wound looks ferocious, but this kind of injury is really nothing to the evolutionary. Yes, she's not a stubborn person. Mrs. Yin calmed down. She sat down cross-legged and began to heal. Here, Yin Sixen took a slow sigh of relief when he saw that no one had caught up with him. Fortunately, his evolutionary ability is speed, which can be retreated or attacked. Mrs. Yin didn't see his face clearly, and he could return to Yin's house smoothly. Yin Sixen slowed down a little, but still kept at 200 per second. And at the same moment he rushed out of Machen at an extremely fast speed. Outside the city, in a bamboo forest not far away, Uzian in front of the stone table suddenly opened his eyes. He stretched out his hand, dropped a piece on the chessboard in front of him, and smiled suddenly. Yan Wen, there is a guest here. As the host, you must not lose your demeanor and greet you. Mo Yan Wen's expression tightened and he stood up. Yes. He held a few hidden weapons in his hands and watched the surroundings vigilantly. The next second, suddenly. Boom. It's the sound of heavy objects hitting. As if some invisible barrier blocked Yin Sixen's way, he was bounced back fiercely, fell from the sky, and fell heavily to the ground. Puff. Yin Sixen spat out another mouthful of blood, his breath was instantly exhausted, and there was a look of horror on his face. Si fucking's punch hit his heart and lungs firmly. He was already seriously injured, and now he has been hit so hard that he can't even stand up. And the evolutionary? Who is it? Yin Sixen raised his head with difficulty, and first saw a wheelchair. The man has slender and powerful legs, wide shoulders and narrow waist, and a perfect body, which is very oppressive. Today, he did not wear a dark gray suit, but did as the locals do, and put on the clothes of the Mo family. Uzian lowered her head and tapped her fan a few times in her palm. Where do you want to go? Yin Sixen looked at the man in the wheelchair, but there was only horror in his eyes, and fear began to explode wildly in his mind. It was like thunder on the ground, one after another, and it couldn't stop at all. This is absolute bloodline suppression. Transcendent a grade evolver? Or an S-class evolutionary? Or maybe higher? But when did the Daxia Empire have such a high-level evolutionary? Even the supernatural administration, in terms of comprehensive strength and the bloodline of the evolutionary, can't compare with the Yin family. Although the S-level evolutionary is only one level away from the A level, it is a world of difference, and it is also rare in the Yin family. The Yin family. Uzian hummed lightly, it's good to go to Zhongzhou and run rampant. Your Excellency, Yin Sixen spat out another mouthful of blood. Your Excellency, I didn't mean that, I'm cleaning up the rebellious remnants of the Yin family. Rebel, Uzian looked calm, it's good to only dare to be majestic at home. Yin Sixen's complexion changed, and blood continued to flow down the corner of his mouth. Your Excellency. You want to let the other Yin family know that Yin Baikan has a daughter, and then cut the grass and root, but I don't want this matter to spread. Uzian lowered her eyes slightly. Do you want to tell it? Yin Sixen has no other thoughts at this moment. He just wants to live. I won't say it. I won't say anything. I swear by my surname Yin, and no one will tell me. Please believe me. Fear had already crushed Yin Sixen's nerves, and he did not dare to resist any more. Even if Yin Baikon's daughter has a high bloodline, what is the identity of this man? Really? It's a pity that from ancient times to the present, with me Yu Xian dropped the last black spot on the chessboard, he slowly raised his eyes, smiled, and his words were cruel and violent only for the Emperor Yin, only dead people, will not speak. Your Majesty's highlights cannot be missed. QWQ today is the day to ask for votes for His Majesty. You will like him more and more later. I really like his character. Then everyone thinks it is very unreasonable to explain the place, that is the big hole, it will definitely be filled, and a good plot streamer will not spoil it. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 412. The huge imperial pressure swept over, and Yin Sixen didn't know how many times he vomited blood. His eyes became more and more horrified, and his heart was almost broken. Since ancient times. What is called from ancient times to the present? Even Mo Yanwen was stunned in place, unable to regain his senses. Having known Yu Xian for so long, the Emperor Yin that Mo Yanwen has met has always been calm and unhurried in the face of danger. His appearance is like a jade gentleman, noble and noble. Yu ending Yuezi, Yeshui spring breeze. As if nothing would touch him. The kind of strong affinity in him makes people can't help but follow. But perhaps it was Yu Xian's restraint for a long time, which also caused Mo Yanwen to almost forget that Emperor Yin was never a soft-hearted emperor. This period of history has been recorded in all major historical books. After Emperor Yin ascended the throne, in order to rectify the rule of the dynasty, he beheaded thousands of filthy officials within a year, leaving a violent reputation for a time. This is one of the few places where he has been criticized, and he is being attacked by many descendants to this day. How many people say that he is too cruel, killing so many people. I am afraid it is not for the people of Dan, but to stabilize his throne. For the emperor, how could he be soft-hearted? Yin Sixen was still vomiting blood, and he began to plead, Your Excellency, I have no grievance or enmity with Your Excellency, why should Your Excellency kill them all? Evolvers have no rules, fists are rules. Machin was too far from Yin's house, and Yin Sixen couldn't count on anyone to save him. Is he really going to die here? If he had known that there was a high-level evolutionary waiting for him here, no matter how confident he was, he would never dare to attack Mrs Yin alone. Mo Yanwen suddenly said, Miss Si. Patriarch Mo, ninth brother Si fucking chased after him, she breathed a sigh of relief, you really are here. With Yu Xian here, Yin Sixen couldn't leave the Mo family's territory at all. Yin Sixen's current evolutionary level is higher than hers. She copied Yin Sixen's evolutionary ability, but the speed is still slower. Well, wait for the rabbit, I caught it. Yu Xian supported his head and raised his eyebrows, it's your punch that made his speed greatly slow, and I can easily catch it? Si fucking shook his hands, his eyes were slightly cold, the strength is still a little weak. If she hadn't died and her soul hadn't been hit hard, the previous punch could have killed Yin Sixen. It's amazing. Yu Xian smiled, your prey, you handle it. After a pause, he closed his eyes, Yan Wen, I haven't walked around here for a long time. Come with me for a walk. Mo Yan nodded and pushed the wheelchair. The two quickly went to the depths of the bamboo forest. Si fucking and Yin Sixen were alone beside the stone table. Yin Sixen's ears were ringing, and he suddenly found that he had fallen into a serious blind spot. He has no idea what the identity of Yin Baikon's daughter is now, and what contacts he holds in his hand. He simply thought that Mrs Yin was helpless outside, and with his evolutionary ability, he could kill Mrs Yin at the fastest speed without revealing her identity. But now, Yin Sixen knew that he had no chance at all. He gritted his teeth, the veins on his forehead violently throbbed, and the resentment in his heart finally broke out. Do you know how much disaster your father brought to the Yin family? Why do you still have the face to give birth to you? He shouldn't have gone back to the Yin family at that time, he should have committed suicide. The father's debt should be repaid, and you should have committed suicide. What's wrong with me killing you? His fault, I'll take care of it. I'll pay for the losses he caused the Yin family. If 1 year is not enough, then 10 years. I fucking looked at him, but everyone in the Yin family is a victim. No one is an exception. You're going to repay, Yin Sixen laughed, he spat out a mouthful of blood and looked sarcastic. How do you repay? Well, you know the S-level evolutionary, and the great elder who died protecting Yin Baikan was also an S-level evolutionary. Your enemy, can you beat that group of people? It's not your father and your uncle, our Yin family has long been the first evolutionary family. You can make the Yin family stand first? Can you pay back these? I fucking looked calm, I can. Yin Sixen laughed, and the laughter was full of ridicule, the frog at the bottom of the well, arrogant and ignorant. He thought that Yin Baikan's daughter would be better than his father, but who knew that she was an arrogant person? How can a person compare with a force? Been to Liberty Island, to the top of the cloud, to the Ghost Valley? Nothing. You are an A-level evolutionary, with such a high bloodline, and with a speed close to the speed of sound. You are also the focus of training in the Free State. I fucking leaned down, but what about you? The first thought was to kill myself. People, instead of working hard to cultivate, use the advantages of A-level evolutionaries to find the group of people at that time. I'm afraid what you think the most is that if my father goes back, your status will not be guaranteed. Yin Sixen was stabbed in his mind, and his face flushed all of a sudden. What nonsense are you talking about? I'm clearly cleaning up the door for the Yin family. Stop you from causing casualties to the Yin family. Gong you don't care about the situation of the Yin family, you only know how to fight inside. I fucking said lightly, USI, when you killed my grandma, you were already a dead person in my heart. These two sentences made Yin Sixen's scalp explode again, his eyes were splitting. Your father is a sinner, how dare you kill me? If you want to kill me, you will not be able to go back to the Yin family. I fucking smiled, I don't dare, I dare to die. She approached quickly and locked Yin Sixen's throat. Just as I was trying to force it, a hand grabbed my wrist. The tips of the fingers were cold, but the palms were warm. Uzian didn't know when he left and came back, his voice was cool, I'll do it when I see blood. I fucking looked silent at Yin Sixen's vomit of blood on the ground. She has actually seen a lot. I fucking said, ninth brother, I think. Uzian took it easy, forgot how much insurance you have on your hands. I fucking 50 million, how could she forget so much money? Mo Yan smiled warmly, Miss Si is about to participate in the Oracle International Professional League. She must protect her hands. Mr. You may not be active for a long time. Uzian said lightly, bonus. Si fucking threw Yin Sixen away decisively. The man said again, close your eyes. Si fucking read the word bonus and closed his eyes. A minute later, Uzian patted her on the back, okay. Si fucking opened his eyes. The mess on the ground has been cleaned up, and there is not a drop of blood. Ninth brother, move quickly, it's not as good as you. Si fucking stopped in time. She almost wanted to pull Uzian into T18. They lack such talents in T18. Uzian raised her eyebrows, why not? Why don't you come next time? Si fucking praised sincerely, I'll go back and see grandma first. Uzian, well. Si fucking gave him a lollipop and then left. Mo Yanwen smiled and sighed, His Majesty has gone to great lengths to make Miss Si have an idea. It's still a little girl. Uzian was non-committal, little girl, you should be spoiled. Here, when Si fucking returned to MRS Yin's side, Mrs Yan's wound was almost healed. Seeing that Sci-fucking was unscathed, she breathed a sigh of relief. Ching ching, where is that person? Dead. Sci-fucking said, Grandma, let's go to Ankan after a while. In order to prevent being followed, we will take a detour. Mrs Yan nodded, it's okay to be slow, be careful. Ankan. After school at 7 o'clock, Nian Ting went to Bizhu number 1 middle school to pick up Nian Yan at the beginning of the year. He also specially brought Lin Jiwan to the Tingan restaurant. Ye Zhenmian cooked and prepared dinner in person. There are only less than 2 months before the college entrance examination. This year, Sci-fucking and Nian Yan are both going to take the college entrance examination. Nian Ting Chu and Ye Zhenmian attach great importance to it, and have specially prepared various nutritional recipes. Huan, eat more. Ye Zhenmian said with a smile, it's really thanks to you that you have given us a supplementary lesson for your favorite sweet and sour pork ribs. After nearly a year of hard work, Nian Yan's grades have stabilized in the top 150 in the grade. There is no doubt that the top 150 in the grade of Bizhu number 1 middle school will go to Xia University. Ye Zhenmian didn't have high requirements for Nian Yan, but she was also very pleased that Nian Yan could enter Xia University. After the meal, Nian Ting sent Lin Jiwan home at the beginning of the meal, and helped Ye Zhenmian work together in the back kitchen of the restaurant. The two closed the restaurant at 9:30 and went home together. At the beginning of Nian Ting, he began to train Nian Yan on his evolutionary ability. You rest early, Ye Zhenmian complained, although you are evolutionaries, your body is not made of iron. Iron's physical strength is better than mine. Nian Ting Chu smiled, I know it, don't worry. At 11 o'clock, Nian Yan finished the training and went back to his room to rest. A few minutes later, when Nian Ting Chu was about to return to his room, there was a knock on the door. Who's here so late? Ye Zhenmian put down the milk, I'll take a look. Don't move. Nian Ting Chu frowned and stopped her, I'll go. Since the incident of Nian Yan's attack, Nian Ting has become more cautious at the beginning of the court. Especially at this time, it was already late at night, and they didn't have any relatives in Ankan. Who will it be? At the beginning of Nian Ting had to be vigilant, he shook hands, and the power of the evolutionary gathered quietly. He walked over, turned the handle, and opened the door. Good morning. Thank you for your monthly passes and rewards equal 3 equals. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 413. His muscles tensed and he took a stern defensive stance. The door slammed open. The lights in the corridor were on, illuminating the girl's face. Her fox eyes rolled up, Uncle. It's Ching Ching. Nian Ting Chu breathed a sigh of relief and laughed, why didn't you say a word when you came back? Didn't you record the show in Machen? Why did you come back suddenly? Come in, don't stand outside, are you hungry? Shall I cook you a bowl of tomato and egg noodles? Uncle is fine, I'm not hungry, something happened on the way, so I didn't have time to say it. Sci-fucking paused and whispered, I brought my grandma, she has missed you for a long time. Nian Ting was stunned for a moment, but couldn't react for a while. Who? A surprised voice sounded. Second young master. Yao Nian. Yin Qiashi came up behind Mrs Yin, entered the room, and met Nian Ting Chu's gaze. At the moment when their eyes met, Nian Ting was struck by lightning in an instant. He stared blankly at the earnest Mrs Yin, opened his mouth, and tried to speak a few times, but after dozens of seconds, he seemed to be speechless, and he didn't utter a word. Yao Nian. Old Madam Yin took 2 steps forward, took his arm, choked up, and said incoherently, you are so old, so old. When Yin Baikan and Yin Yeonian were forced to leave the Yin family, they were only 20 years old, and they were still high-spirited teenagers. After being apart for so long, Mrs Yin was almost unable to connect the man with the resolute eyes in front of her with the boy from before. How many trials and setbacks did it take to get to where it is today? Nian Tingchu's lips moved, and he finally made a sound, but it was a heavy sob. A big man, crying like a child at the moment. He thought that after such a long time, he had also become a man from a teenager, and he was already able to be on his own. But now he discovered that no matter how much he grew up, in front of Mrs Yin, he was still a child. Nian Ting closed his eyes at the beginning of the year, and even the muscles of his face were shaking. I don't know how long it took, he finally called out the name that had been covered in dust for more than 20 years, Mom. It's my mother. Madame Yin trembled as she stroked the scar on Nian Tingchu's face, and tears fell. You must have suffered a lot over the years, right? When the mother sees the child, she only cares about whether he is doing well or not, and the rest is not important. No. Nian Tingchu gritted his teeth, tried his best to suppress the stormy emotions, and rolled his throat. Mom, I'm fine, really fine. Mom, come and see, this is Pillow Sleep, she has been with me for so many years. Without Ye Zhenmian's company, he wouldn't be able to survive now. Ye Zhenmian stood aside and watched silently for a long time. She also only knew the past of the early years of the court. Really distressed. When Mrs Yin looked over, she quietly wiped away her tears and smiled. Mom. Mrs Yin responded in surprise, hey. She hurriedly removed a bracelet that she had been wearing on her wrist and stuffed it into Ye Zhenmian. Pillow Sleep, you put this away, you can save your life at a critical time. Yin, come out quickly. Ye Zhenmian walked to Nian Yin's bedroom door and knocked. I'll write my homework later. Ah, Nian Yin just finished a set of comprehensive questions, but she was still a little confused when she came out. Grandma. Yin Qiashi was very happy. Old madam, there is not only a young lady, but also a young master. Who would have thought that after more than 20 years, they would not only be able to reunite with the second young master, but also have more relatives. Mrs Yin also laughed so hard that she could not close her mouth. In the next second, her expression changed and she lost her voice. A-level. Mrs Yin's eyes were vicious, and she naturally saw that Ye Zhenmian did not have an evolutionary bloodline. But she still likes Ye Zhenmian very much. As we all know, the advanced evolutionary and ordinary people are combined, and the descendants have the highest bloodline B level, and most of them are C level and D level. This is what years of research by the League of Evolutionaries have shown, with few exceptions. You can be assured of the genuine A grade in the future. An A-level evolutionary, there is still a 1% possibility of reaching Super A level. Nian Yin touched his head, feeling a little embarrassed. It's just A level, which made Grandma laugh. Mrs Yin. Yin Qiashi. Is this really modest? Nian Yin didn't think anything was wrong. In his opinion, Nian Tingchu is stronger than him, Sci-fucking is stronger than him, and even the assistant brought by Sci-fucking is stronger. Good children, all good children. Mrs Yin held Nian Tingchu with one hand and Ye Zhenmian with the other, and the stone in her heart finally fell. She sat down and took the tissue handed over by Nian Yin, but she couldn't wipe away her tears. Sci-fucking also patiently accompanied Mrs Yin. She went to the kitchen to make a few cups of hot tea and put it on the dining table. Yin Yeonian recounted how the group of people escaped to death back then. No wonder, Mrs Yin murmured, I knew that you must have a way to escape. Yao Nian, what about your elder brother? He didn't send you any more news. Yin Yeonian's voice was somber. After I separated from my eldest brother, I don't know where he went. If it wasn't for my eldest brother's clever plan, it would be difficult for me to escape. He also didn't want to accept the fact that Yin Baikan had died, but he did not see the body. Perhaps there is still a silver lining. But it could also be utter despair. Madame Yin fell silent, her hands trembling slightly. Seeing that Yin Yeonian became a family and Sci-Fi became an actor in the entertainment industry, she was even more worried about Yin Baikan now. What happened to her genius child? Grandma, there is a guest room at home. You and Grandpa Kiyoshi will stay here today. Sci-Fi pressed Mrs. Yin's shoulder. I been on the road for a day today, take more rest, if you have anything, let's talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, Mom. Yin Yeonian got up and supported Mrs. Yin, I'll take you to rest. You don't know how powerful Ching Ching is. If eldest brother can see it, he will be very happy. Ye Zhenmian wiped her tears, it's good. There is nothing happier than a reunion. Nian Yin had a healthy family since he was a child, and he had never experienced that incident, but after listening to Yin Yeonian's story, he felt sour in his heart. He changed the subject and wanted to liven up the atmosphere. Grandma looks so young. Mrs. Yin was 70 years old, but she looked like she was only in her early 40s. Evolvers tend to age slowly. Sci-Fi raised his eyebrows. Grandma is a transcendent, a great evolver, you can't beat her now. Nian Yin. Excuse me, he should continue training. He had the fighting spirit, and after chatting a few words with Sci-Fi, he also returned to the room. The road back to Ankan was indeed full of twists and turns. Sci-Fi was worried that he would be targeted, so he turned around a lot on the way. It's finally safe now. She rubbed her shoulders, went to the bedroom, and lay in the game cabin that had been separated for many days. The familiar sound of game entry sounded. Welcome, S009. The journey of Daxia continues to open, passing through. Sci-Fi opened his eyes, and the picture in front of him gradually became clear. Military advisor. A worried voice sounded above her head. Sci-Fi pressed his temple, it's all right, go on. She raised her head and looked slightly shocked when she saw the face of the person in front of her. Moyan Wind. A genius in the history of the Mahist family, the founder of the Mahist family city. Master is well. Mo Yanfen nodded towards her. I finally made the Jinghong Shadowless Needle this morning, and I was about to go to His Majesty to test its power. Sci-Fu squinted his eyes. The first of the 3 hidden weapons of the Mahist family, the Jinghong Wuiying Needle. This is a group attacking hidden weapon with great lethality. But it has now been lost. The 3 hidden weapons of the Mo family were all created by Mo Yanfen alone. According to historical records, Mo Yanfen was only 23 years old when he created the Jinghong Wuiying Needle. Sci-Fi's heart couldn't help trembling. One more year. In another year, Mo Yanfen will sacrifice his body to the Magia Organ City to complete his final mission. Zhang Haiping's death made her realize that even if she traveled back to the Great Xia dynasty and saw these famous heroes in history, she couldn't do anything but watch them die one by one. In particular, the 9 brothers Zhang Suanjin are amazing and talented. They died when they were young. A military advisor is interested in hidden weapons. Mo Yanfen smiled. The sleeve arrows just made a while ago have already been equipped for the soldiers, and they have excellent equipment. Interested Sci-Fi paused and said, Brother Mo, have you ever thought about what if the manufacturing methods of these hidden weapons were lost? Mo Yanfen was stunned. Lost? Yes. Sci-Fi looked at him and said slowly, in the past few years, there have been continuous wars, and even a small fire may lead to serious consequences. If these blueprints are lost, Yumo's family and Eudaxia's, it's all a loss. Mo Yanwen said that about 300 years ago, a fire burned down the Mo family's hidden weapon pavilion, and 90% of the drawings were burnt down. Because some of the secret weapons of the Mo family are not shared, and even the blueprints are not backed up. Some blueprints were rescued, and a new copy was drawn, but the hidden weapons are exquisite and interlocking, and even a misaligned part cannot be assembled successfully. The fire came unexpectedly and brought great losses to the Mo family. So far, the source of the fire has not been found. When it came to Mo Yanwen's generation, he made the other two hidden weapons, but he still had no clue about the Jinghong Wuiying needle. Sci also thought that if she could see Mo Yanfen, she must instruct him to make more copies of the blueprints of Jinghong Wuiying Zhen. I didn't expect the opportunity to come so quickly. As expected of a military advisor, he can think so far. Mo Yanfen pondered for a moment. The military advisor is indeed right, and we really want to avoid this kind of thing from happening. After a pause, he smiled. In this way, I will copy these drawings a little more and put them in these places. If the original drawings are lost, they will not be lost. Teacher, think these places are feasible? Mo Yanfen pointed to a part of the Magia Organ City. I am confident that even if it is 500 or 5,000 years, the Magia Organ City will still stand. As long as the Magia Organ City is in the city, these drawings will not be lost. But in order to prevent the blueprints from leaking, I will only tell the military advisor where the blueprints are stored, and I will trouble the military advisor to pass on the blueprints in the future. The game system didn't sound any alarms, proving that her move didn't change history. Sci memorized these locations one by one. But with the blueprint, it is not necessarily possible to make a top hidden weapon like the Jinghong Wuiying needle. She tried to ask Mo Yanfen how to make the Jinghong Shadowless needle, but Mo Yanfen happily explained a few key points to her. Brother Mo is a real genius. Sci admired from the bottom of his heart. It is a blessing for Daxia to have Brother Mo in Daxia. The counselor's words are serious. Mo Yanfen was a little embarrassed to be praised, and he handed over, I will go to see your majesty first and leave first. Sci watched him leave. When I came out of the game again, at 5 in the morning, the sky was already white. In my mind, the location where the Jinghong Wuiying needle drawings are stored is still vivid in my mind. Sci exhaled slowly, found Mo Yanwen's mobile phone number, and pressed the dial button. On the other side, the Mo family. Canyoning also got up early to deliver things to Mother Tan. Tan's father held back his anger. I heard from other children that you brought that female star into the Mo family, and because she lost Miss Chuyi's face, what do you want to do? Canyon didn't speak, but he happened to receive a call from Sci. Sci asked, Canyoning, is it in the Mo family? Here Canyon immediately regained his energy. Miss Sci, you said, I'll be waiting at any time. When Father Tan heard the sentence, he finally got angry and came up again. Miss Sci, Miss Sci, Miss Sci, from day to night, tell me what she can give you. We depend on the Mo family to exist. You have to follow Miss Chuyi well, do you know that? On the phone, Sci also said, would you like to make Jinghong Wuiying needle reappear? Xiaoxiang still doubles the monthly pass, giving Qingqin the top 3. Director Lu, I suspect that teacher Sci met Zhang Zheyu himself. In fact, she not only met Zhang Zheyu, but also called Mo Yanfen brothers. Everyone? In fact, Qing travels continuously and encounters many historical figures, which is the collision of modern and ancient ideas and technologies. This chapter has a lot of foreshadowing. QWQ. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 414. As if a thunderstorm fell in his ear, the whole person was stunned, and he lost his voice. Jinghong has no shadow needle? Miss Sci, what did you say? The ultimate assessment, let Jinghong Wuiying Zhen reappear. Sci asked again, is it enough to take the first place? Canyon confirmed that he heard correctly. His hands trembled, and he stuttered, this is not enough to take the first place. This is something that will shock the entire Mo family and even the world. The status of Jinghong Wuiying Zhen is too high, and it is no exaggeration to be ranked first in the world. History books have detailed records of Jinghong Wuiying needle. Records say that Mo Yanfen made 3 Jinghong Wuiying needles, one of which helped Emperor Yin retreat unharmed under the siege of 10,000 people, and killed nearly 90% of the enemy. Such ancient technology is comparable to some of the top modern thermal weapons. That's right, I told your master. Si fucking raised his eyebrows. I'll give you 5 days, only the drawings, no one will help you, as long as you can make a needle without shadows. The prototype, the first assessment is yours. Canyoning's mouth opened wide. Coco, I don't have any blueprints for the shadowless needle. How to make a prototype? The fire 300 years ago burned up almost all the drawings. The technology at that time was not as developed as it is now, and many drawings could not be recovered, resulting in the loss of hidden weapons. This is the robbery of the Mo family. Mo Yanwen was able to make the second and third hidden weapons, but the first-ranked Jinghong Wuiying needle had no idea for a long time because he didn't have any blueprints. Yes, I fucking said lightly, go to the Magia office city to find your patriarch, he should have already arrived. Kenyon did not dare to delay even a second, and immediately ran out. Mother Ten came out of the kitchen. Hey, Canyoning, you haven't eaten yet, why are you running? If you have something to do, you can leave after eating. Father Ten was so desperate that he almost cried. He is completely helpless. What is the shadowless needle? That is the most proud work of Mo Yanfen, the ancestor of the Mahist family, except for the Mahist institution city. The blueprint was burned, and Mo Yanwen couldn't make it. Okay, don't talk about it. Mother Tan sighed. He is doing well, and he has been working hard lately. He will definitely pass the test and stay in the Mo family. Father Tan laughed angrily, very hard. He follows that female star every day, and he bumped into Miss Chuyi last time. Is this hard work? What if a female star knows hidden weapons like Xiajian and Yunyifiwa? How to compare with the direct descendants of the Mo family? Father Ten was completely disappointed and didn't want to say a word. Here, 11 Zhang didn't dare to catch his breath and ran to the Magia office city. Without the words of Mo Yan and the group of elders, the children of the Mo family would not be able to step into this place. Canyoning quickly found Mo Yanwen. Seeing him, Mo Yanwen nodded lightly, here. Canyoning's heart raised in his throat. Patriarch, Miss Si said. I already know about this. Mo Yanwen frowned slightly, but why is there a backup of the blueprints here in the Mo family office city? It's not that he doesn't believe Si fucking's words. It's just that the Magia government city is impregnable, and more than 1,000 years have passed, and there is no need for any repairs and improvements. At 5 o'clock in the morning, Si fucking called him to say that he had accidentally discovered a small protruding stone in the Magia office city with the word Jinghong on it. She thought that there might be a blueprint of Jinghong Wuiying Zhen, so she asked him to take a look. Mo Yanwen also seized all the time and counted for a long time according to the location given by Si Fu, and finally counted the stones she mentioned. He put his hand on it and slowly pulled out the stone. The moving stones actually did not affect the solidity of the Magia organ city. Mo Yanfen is indeed a unique genius. Mo Yanwen took out a wooden box and opened it. Inside was well-preserved paper, and even the edges were not yellowed. He unfolded the first piece of paper, and his hands trembled. Quickly look at the remaining ones. Canyoning also caught sight of it, and he was shocked and couldn't believe it. Patriarch, this is a picture drawn by our ancestors. There are not only the blueprints of the Jinghong Wuiying needle, but also the Big Dipper 7-star cylinder, the Mahist crossbow, and so on. All the hidden weapon blueprints of the Mo family that have been lost are actually in the position that Si fucking said. Simply incredible. Rao was as calm as Mo Yanwen, and he couldn't calm down at the moment. He murmured, it's saved. With the advent of the new technology era, the Mahists have been studying high technology. But the things of the ancestors cannot be lost. If Jinghong Wuiying Zhen can reappear, it will further consolidate the strength of the Mo family. Hidden weapons are all about surprises. A hidden weapon with strong lethality such as the Jinghong Wuiying needle can be mass-fired by pressing a specific position, which can save lives or attack. Sometimes it is more convenient than a gun. Mo Yanwen reluctantly calmed down his violent heartbeat, and said, "You have followed me to read the drawings for the past few days, but I will not help you. Miss Si said that you will be alone to complete the prototype of the shadowless needle. Even if it is just the prototype of the shadowless needle, it can definitely come out on top in the final assessment. But the difficulty of top-level hidden weapons is that even if there are drawings, they may not be able to be produced." The canyoning was agitated, and the blood in the chest was boiling. "I will not disappoint the high hopes of the owner and Miss Si." Mo Yanwen nodded and hurried to find Yu Zion. "Your Majesty," he couldn't restrain his excitement, "it's really a drawing drawn by our ancestors, you can't go wrong. Look at it." He handed over the drawings. Yu Zion's eyes fell, and his eyes moved slightly. "It's his handwriting. Thanks to Miss Si, I was able to find the backup picture." Mo Yanwen took a deep breath. "She really helped the Mo family a lot. She is my luck, and also the luck of Daxia was who." Yu Zion closed her eyes and smiled lightly. "This is a great gift. I have just studied the blueprint carefully. The steps to make the Jinghong Wuiying needle are indeed difficult." Mo Yanwen handed over. "I also ask your Majesty for help." Yu Zion got up. "Go to the hidden weapon room." Here, Canyon couldn't wait to share with Feng San the story of the shadowless needle. Feng San said with grief and indignation, "You bastard! You are selling miserably on purpose." He had already passed the final assessment the year before, and also got a good 18th place. Why didn't he give birth 2 years later, so he could hug Missy's thigh perfectly? "No hurry, no hurry." Canyon patted him on the shoulder. "Unpredictable, you can see that Miss Si can even find the backup blueprint. Maybe one day she can find something, you can also hold it." Feng San gritted his teeth. "Go away. Seeing the years of brotherhood, he will not kill this dog. Ankan here." After Mo Yanwen confirmed that the blueprint had been found, Si fucking exhaled slowly. No wonder she reminded Mo Yanfen to prepare more drawings of hidden weapons. The game system did not warn her that her actions affected history. The torrent of history is too huge. Even if a small thing has changed, it cannot shake the whole history. But she was different. She was a modern person and could tell the Mo family directly. Si fucking glanced at the time, and before the rest of the family got up, she lay back in the game cabin. As soon as he opened his eyes, he faced Mo Yanfen again. "The speed of time here is not the same as reality. I haven't seen you for a few days. Why is the military advisor in such a good mood?" Mo Yanfen asked with a smile. "But what good things happened?" Si fucking also smiled. "I see that the descendants of future generations are protected by brother Mo, and I feel at ease." Mo Yanfen was thoughtful. It's not that he didn't see that the unclothed soldier looked at him with complicated eyes. There is admiration, sorrow, and unbearable. It was as if he could see his future at a glance. However, he doesn't care what the future looks like. Even if there will be any major turmoil in the future, there will be the Magia Organ City to protect Yong'an for him. "His Majesty made a lot of fire today," Mo Yanfen said. "Be careful when military advisors go to court." "Piss off?" Si fucking was startled. "Thank you brother Mo for reminding me, I'll take a look." After saying goodbye to Mo Yanfen, she went to court. The people in the hall kneeled on the ground. In the middle, several people kowtowed desperately. "Your Majesty, spare your life. Your Majesty, it was all done by Yuan Yahung, His Majesty has nothing to do with us." Sifu's body and mind were shocked. She hasn't had time to log into the game for nearly a month, and the timeline here has reached when Emperor Yin is almost 20 years old. Shocked by the Yahung case in the 5 states of Daxia, Emperor Yin beheaded more than 5,000 eunuchs and corrupt officials. Yuan Yahung is a veteran of the 3 dynasties, with a high prestige, and his influence spreads across the 5 states of Daxia. The old emperor already had great power when he was alive. When Emperor Yin ascended the throne, he also defied all opinions and supported Emperor Yin. A man who has been living outside the palace since he was a child becomes an emperor. As long as he is cared for, he will be grateful to Dade. But Yuan Yahung miscalculated. He took advantage of Emperor Yin to pacify the war outside and drive out foreigners to collect money and oppress the people. He did not expect that Emperor Yin would dare to kill him. Not only to kill him, but also to kill everyone in his faction. Harm the community and oppress the people. Emperor Yin's voice was indifferent, the crime cannot be punished. These 4 words directly set Yuan Yahung's death sentence. In terms of force and popular sentiment, he was no match for Emperor Yin. As soon as the dragon sparrow sword came out, there was no one alive under the sword. The civil and military officials who were still standing also knelt down at this moment, fear choking their throats like icy snakes. Lian Yuan Yahung killed him if he said it. What privileges do they have? Kill on the dragon chair. The young emperor wiped his hands. He smiled. There was only endless cruelty and violence in his words. Saifu looked at him. This is the real Emperor Yin. He's never been perfect, he's got his brutal and cruel side. Soon, the guards of the Qinjun League took the rest away. The other courtiers who kept their own feet also went out with soft legs. He was still wiping the blood sacrifice on his hands, and asked lightly, afraid. I fucking returned to his senses. Thanks to your majesty, I watched a big play. She also remembered that many historians in later generations accused Emperor Yin of being too cruel, and there were other ways to solve this matter. Why kill so many people? I fucking paused. Your majesty can think of how the historian will record it. Historical official, he said lightly with his hands on his back, why do you need to explain to others what they do and act alone? This is the emperor. He raised his eyebrows to look at her again. Today's military advisors are a little different, but they know what it means to be smart. I fucking. Can she say that when she is not in the game, the dog system helps her hang up? The dog system is not smart. What does it have to do with her? You came just in time. There is a war in the northwest. He beckoned to her and said lightly, you were not smart a while ago, and I didn't ask you. Today, let's see how the war will be laid out. When I came out of the game cabin again, it was already 9 o'clock, and the others had also woken up. Today is Sunday, and there is only one day off every week. He and Yin Yaonian chatted with Mrs Yin together. Mrs Yin explained the situation of the Yin family over the years. The generation of Qing Qing and Yin has also produced a few geniuses. Mrs Yin said, 1 S-level evolutionary, 1 super A-level evolutionary, and 2 A-level evolutionary people have been admitted to the Eternal Academy. Eternal Academy, I fucking raised his head. That's not an easy place. Mrs Yin was surprised. Qing Qing also knows about Eternal Academy. If you don't go to Liberty Island, you won't know the existence of Eternal Academy. Eternal Academy is the top power in Freeland. Even the 3 evolutionary families, Yin, Lotbar, and Deadwood, squeezed their heads and wanted to send in the younger generation of their own family. At that time, Yin Baikan and Yin Yaonian also received the admission notice from Eternal College. But God did not wish. Mrs Yin was also extremely regretful. I know. I fucking nodded. Grandma, is it important in the Yin family to get the notice from Eternal Academy? Mrs Yin nodded. It's very important. But where is the notice from Eternal Academy so easy to get? Okay. I fucking touched his chin, then send my brother into play. Good morning. Writing while revising is too painful. TVT. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 415. There was silence in the restaurant for a moment. Except for Nian Yan and Ye Zhenmian, who knew nothing about Eternal Academy, Mrs Yin and Yin Yaonian looked at Sci-fi in amazement. Yin Yaonian's voice was difficult, playing. Before he left the Yin family, he was also a genius of the big family. He had received the inclination and training of top-level resources and had a very high vision. To enter the Eternal Academy, the premise is that you have obtained the game qualification of Eternal, and the age of admission cannot exceed 24 years old. Eternal Academy is not an ordinary academic university. If an evolutionary enters, they may die if they are not careful. How does this work? I have friends I know at Eternal Academy. I blinked. They told me it was fun, and I could ask them to help apply for a place for my brother. She did play at Eternal Academy before. Mrs Yin was still stunned, but the game account of Eternal. I can get it too. Sci raised his eyebrows. Grandma, leave everything to me. Nian Yin is an ashes level moose. Grandma, my sister is omnipotent. I will do everything in person. Mrs Yin looked at Yin Yaonian. Yin Yaonian coughed. Mom, don't look at me. You can say yes, then yes, she is serious. I wanted to take you back to Yin's house, but after thinking about it, now is not a good time to go back. Mrs Yin returned to her senses, her voice lowered. I don't know if Ching Ching and Yin grew up in Yin's house, but Yao Nian should still remember that Yin Junping, the current head of the Yin family, is him. Sci had indeed never heard of this name, Yin Junping. He is a transcendent, a great evolver, the ceiling of a great evolvers, and his fighting power is very strong. Mrs Yin said, when it really breaks out, it can be comparable to an S-grade combatant. The S-class evolutionary of the same generation is his son. Even if two advanced evolutionaries may give birth to ordinary people, it still does not prevent the advanced evolutionaries from combining with each other. Because only in this way, can a purer and higher bloodline be born. Yin Yaonian was not surprised, and nodded slightly. Both my eldest brother and I have left the Yin family. He is the only one of our generation who is the best. He really fought hard with us back then. I admire him very much. Yes, he is a very powerful person, otherwise he would not have become the head of the family. Mrs Yin sighed. Under his leadership, the Yin family has developed well in the past few years. Sci wrote down the name Yin Junping and was going to ask Hu Ejian. In that incident, the elders suffered a heavy loss. Madame Yin pursed her lips. The predecessors of the former great elder hated Baikan and Yao Nian deeply. If you want to go back, why is it so easy? Yin Yaonian clenched his fists tightly, and his voice was harsh. I'm sorry, great elder. The great elder was both a teacher and a friend to him and Yin Baikan. In the end, he died to protect them, and he couldn't even take revenge. Sci's expression was calm, and he said lightly, when my brother has further controlled his evolutionary ability, we will go back. I will bear the loss that my father brought to the Yin family. I will find those people back then, blood debt blood return. At that time, she should also be able to recover the S rank. She takes care of everything alone. Nian Yin's eyes were firm. Me too. You. Old Madame Yin was shocked. Okay, Grandma trusts you. I will go back to explore the way for you. This time, the elders group only granted me 10 days of leave, and I will have to leave next week. If you want to go back, during this time, I will tell you all the information about the Yin family and several other evolutionary forces. Sci nodded his head. Yao Nian, you come out with me first. Mrs Yin got up. Draw with me. Yin Yaonian was choked with shock. He hesitated. Mom, is this bad? You were injured. If I shot too hard, wouldn't I? Your mother, I haven't been buried yet, so I can fight. Mrs Yin interrupted him angrily. Come and let me see if you have been stagnant over the years. If you are weak, don't blame me for killing you. The ass opens the flower. Yin Yaonian was dragged out by Mrs Yin to fight. Nian Yin. Is this the family tradition of the evolutionary family? Really kind mother and son. Still leave pillow sleep gentle. I'm going to make some dumplings. Ye Zhenmian stood up with a smile. Yin, cherish your grandma's time and learn something. Only Nian Yian and Si fucking were left in the restaurant. Nian Yian said tentatively, Sister Ching Ching, what do you learn at Eternal Academy? Fighting. Under the training of Yin Yaonian and the talent of an evolutionary, he could easily fight a few master fighters. If it is a fight, it can really be related to the word playing. Si fucking said, yes, it's a fight, but in order to prevent the school from being too destructive, we all fight in the game. Nian Yin. WTF. What level of destructive power has reached the level of bombing the school? Evolutionaries are not so fierce. Well, we can install 2 more game cabins in our house. Si Fu measured the size of the game room. I'll go to the 9th brother to ask for it. Young man, get ready to accept a new world, holographic games, etc. following you. Nian Yin. In the past few months, has his worldview not collapsed enough? He watched Si fucking in a trance as he grabbed his phone and went to the bedroom, then floated into the kitchen. Ye Zhenmian was having a face-to-face meeting, and when he saw that he was in a hurry, he couldn't help laughing. What's the matter? The pressure is high. It's okay. Nian Yi settled down for a while, remembered Si fucking's call of the 9th brother, and lowered his voice, I may have a brother-in-law. Ye Zhenmian needed the dough seriously. Brother-in-law. Mr. Yu. Nian Yian choked, but Ye Zhenmian didn't expect Ye Zhenmian to be so fiery. Mom, are you too direct? What's the point of this? Ye Zhenmian said, is there any other heterosexual around your sister? Nian Yian said subconsciously, me. Ye Zhenmian shook his head, it seems that you are not very clear about your position. You are not the opposite sex to your sister. Nian Yian. He is not, he is a ravaged sandbag. In the bedroom. Si fucking called Yu Zion, 9th brother, I'll apply for 2 game cabins for my uncle and brother. Yu Zion snorted and smiled lightly, are you awake after returning to the cage? Wake up. Si Fu's listening ability is very good. 9th brother, is there the sound of hammering over there? I'm making the shadowless needle. Yu Zion said, you have helped the Mo family a lot, and you have also helped me a lot. Even he never imagined that Mo Yanfan's backup blueprints would be stored in the Mo family office city. When things go wrong, there must be demons. Yu Zion also thought that the fire that broke out in the Mo family 300 years ago was not an accident. But he wasn't there at that time, and there was no way to find out. Fortunately, Jinghong Wuiying Zhen has ushered in the opportunity of the present world. That's right, I'm a koi. Si fucking said, 9th brother, if you let me rub more, luck will be good. Oh, Yu Zion's brows moved slightly, this is the first time I've heard such a statement, and it doesn't seem to make sense. It makes sense. Si fucking looked serious, you can just let me rub more. This sentence made Yu Zion's eyes sink. He smiled calmly, when you return to Machen, we will discuss this matter in detail. I will let Shenying send it over to the game cabin, remember to sign for it. No problem. Si fucking said lightly, thank you, brother Ju. Yu Zion asked, why are you thankful? Si fucking was vigilant again, do you want money? Yu Zion didn't ask any more, the smile deepened on his lips, and he said slowly, well, I see. Si fucking. What does he know? Yu Zion put down the phone. He doesn't want money, he just wants people. In 2 days, with the help of Yu Zion, Mo Yanwen successfully created a needle without shadows. The shadowless needle is not as mass-produced as the Mahist crossbow, and even Mo Yanfen only produced 3 pieces. Mo Yanwen also exhausted his strength and slept for 2 days and 2 nights before recovering. Canyoning came in a hurry at noon on the 5th day. Mo Yanwen raised his head, it's a few hours earlier than the time Miss Si gave you, has it been successful? It's the prototype. Canyon scratched his head, I wanted to try to make an internal mechanism, but I didn't have any clue. He also knew that the internal structure of the hidden weapon was the most important. But with his ability, it cannot be produced at present. Mo Yanwen took over the hidden weapon in Canyon's hand, checked it, and smiled. Yes, amazing, this prototype is well done, you can take it to participate in the final assessment. This sentence made the canyoning float to the sky. He happily put away the prototype shell of the shadowless needle and put it in the box. The final assessment has begun to submit works in the past few days. In addition to the competition of hidden weapons, there is also force, both of which are indispensable. The elders will personally check the hidden weapon level of all foreign children. Canyon respectfully handed the wooden box to the second elder who was in charge of the inspection. Second elder, this is a hidden weapon I made, please take a look. The second elder had no impression of canyoning. Okay, I'll take a look. Feng Dong also just handed in the hidden weapon he made. He got Mo Chui's guidance. No accident, he was able to get an A-level evaluation. Other foreign children are not as lucky as him. Seeing the canyoning coming, Feng Dong didn't leave either, staring at the second elder intently. Instead, he wanted to see what a great hidden weapon canyoning, who was a bodyguard for a female star, could hand over to participate in the ultimate assessment. There is a lottery for my scarf. I will draw 2 double pillows of Emperor Ying and Brother Fu. You can go and participate. The lottery in the group is scheduled to be held on June 30th as of July 20th. Please hurry up and join the group. Verify that the group is 5322565050, and enter the group for private poke management. See you tomorrow. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 416. Feng Dong didn't know Sci-fi at all. But because RM is bold and bold, even the advertising screens in the central area of Mexico City are covered, and they are broadcast back and forth every day. She is very good looking and people who pass by will stop and watch. Feng Dong also knew that Sci-fi was very popular in the entertainment industry. But no matter how popular the entertainment industry is, it is impossible to enter the Mo family. The last time he would be frightened by Sci-fi silver leaf flying flower, it was because he was completely unprepared. If Sci-fi wanted to enter the Mo family, he had to practice for another 5 years. In front of the acceptance table, the second elder opened the box and looked down. In the next second, his originally calm expression changed, his eyes widened instantly, his whole body cracked, and he almost lost his voice. This. The foreign children in the queue behind him were a little stunned when they saw his expression. Feng Dong was also stunned. Big brother! Big brother, come quickly! The second elder jumped up in panic, howling loudly, hurry up, hurry up! The second elder has always been steady and decisive. It was the first time that a Mo family disciple had seen him so rude. Canyoning was almost hit by the second elder's waving hand, and he quickly said, "Second elder, calm down, let's calm down." You know shit. The second elder completely disregarded his own image and ran inside to find the first elder. Big brother, come here. The first elder walked over slowly. What do you want me to do? The second elder excitedly handed the box to him. Brother, you see if there is something wrong with my eyes. This is the Jinghong Wuiying needle? Am I right? The first elder actually knew that Mo Yanwen had already made the Jinghong Wuiying needle, and also knew that Mo Yanwen intended to promote canyoning. After learning that Sci-fi had found a spare blueprint for the hidden weapon, the elder was shocked and bawled. And Mo Yanwen is worthy of being the most outstanding genius since Mo Yanfen, who made the Jinghong Wuiying needle in 2 days. He has been shocked for several rounds like a spinning top in the past 2 days. Now it's finally someone else's turn. The elder was very pleased. "It's the shadowless needle," he snorted coldly. "What's the fuss about?" Second elder. He suspected that the elder did not wake up this morning because he fought the landlord until the early hours of the morning. "Although it's just a prototype, it's already a prototype." The second elder shook the arm of the first elder excitedly. "The Mo family and the Mo family are saved." Hearing this sentence, the elder's arm was also shaken, and he took a deep breath. "Yes, it is saved. Sci-fi's help to the Mo family cannot be forgotten." The second elder touched the hidden weapon in the box like a lover, and after a long while, he returned to his senses. "Brother, how is this rating given?" In the final assessment every year, there are indeed a few children of foreign clans who are extremely talented. But the three top hidden weapons of the Mo family, not everyone in the Mo family can make them. As a result, the canyoning directly made a shocking needle. "Of course it's the highest," the first elder said. "You don't even have the eyesight to see this." The second elder nodded. "I just feel that putting him and other assessors on the same level is inferior. He has accepted hundreds of works. Although there is an A in the rating, it is far from the prototype of the shadowless needle made by Canyon." The second elder handed the box to the first elder. "Brother, you are optimistic, don't touch it and fall." He rushed out like a fly, staring at the waiting canyoning, his eyes fixed. Canyoning was seen with numb scalp. Second elder, I like girls. And you are too old." The second elder's compliments were all stuck in his throat, and he was furious. "Go away. Tomorrow's competition, get ready, it's better than looking at how I will clean up your kid." Canyoning went away happily, leaving the other foreign disciples to look at each other in dismay. Feng Dong's eyes were dark and unclear. What kind of hidden weapon did Canyon drop make, so that the second elder can be so careful? Could it be the 10th ranked meteor hidden arrow? Only the drawings of the meteor hidden arrows have been made public to the children of the foreign clan, but all the foreigners who can make it have become the core disciples of the Mo family. It's not that Feng Dong didn't want to, but he couldn't do it. He had an uneasy premonition in his heart, but the hidden weapon had already been handed in and could no longer be replaced. He could only overwhelm the canyoning in tomorrow's competition and win the first place. Mo Chui said that as long as he got the A level, he would make an exception and let him join her escort team. Feng Dong glanced at the happy canyoning and snorted. It's a pity that canyoning has no vision, and this opportunity wasted in vain. Miss Si here, Canyon reported to Si the results of the inspection. The patriarch and the elders all recognized my ability, and I didn't lose the face of Juji and you. Well done, Si said with a lazy expression. I will go back to Mo's house tomorrow to catch up with your next assessment. Remember the tricks I taught you. Canyoning surprise. Okay, I must prepare well. In the past few days, he has been practicing in Eternal, and his fighting ability has risen by more than one level. No wonder everyone in the Mo family wants to get the game qualification of Eternal, which is indeed of great help to them. When the call was over, Si put down his phone and turned his head. Uncle, Grandma, it's almost time, let's go back to Machen first, and I'll take Grandma off from Mo's house the day after tomorrow. Mrs. Yin is also a senior in the Yin family, and this time she was escorted by a private jet. In order to hide from the public, Mrs. Yin told others that she was in retreat in the Mo family. Mrs. Yin was a little reluctant. Yao Nian. Yin Yao Nian clenched her hand and said in a hoarse voice, Mom, wait for me. Mom is waiting for you with tears in her eyes. Mrs. Yin nodded. Don't put too much pressure on it, if you live well, Mom will be satisfied. She wiped away her tears, her expression turned back, and she became a strong Yin family in the face of danger. Ching ching, let's go. The next day. Mo family, the ultimate assessment arena. Tan's father and Tan's mother both came to the scene. Father Tan hadn't slept a lot in the past 2 days. When he thought that canyoning might be abolished because of his failure to pass the final examination, his family couldn't stay in the Mo family. He was like ants on a hot pot. Mother Tan saw it in her eyes. Don't worry, the result will come out just fine. If you come out, you will be kicked out. Father Tan couldn't calm down at all. Can I be in a hurry? A lot of people came today. On the jury table, the elders were all there. Surprisingly, even Mo Yanwen came. The competition is judged by the elders himself. After the assessors have drawn lots, they will come to the stage to compete according to the results of the lottery. There are a total of 88 foreign children who have reached the age of 24 this year and participated in the final assessment. Soon, the final 4 were decided. Mother Tan grabbed Father Tan's arm, Lao Tan, canyoning him into the top 4. The top 4 in the martial arts assessment will be focused on by the Mahists. Father Tan was stunned for a while, unable to react for a while. His voice trembled. How did he get into the top 4? The other 3, including Feng Dong, all had the guidance of the descendants of the Mo family. I don't understand, Tan's mother recalled. It seems that she just hit and went in. Father Tan was like in a dream, unable to return to his senses for a long time. In the ring, Feng Dong was also greatly surprised. You can still make the top 4? You are lucky, but when you meet me, your luck ends here. The strength of the children of foreign clans is mixed. Canyoning can reach the 4th place. Feng Dong knows that this is his limit. Canyoning ignored him. Elder, can we start? The Grand Elder said in a majestic voice, Start. Canyoning, I admit that you're not bad, but unfortunately you're with the wrong person. Feng Dong clenched his fist. I'll let you see the new boxing technique I learned with Miss Chuyi. He clenched his palms into fists, raised his toes, and attacked towards Canyon. Boom. Crack. Feng Dong suddenly let out a scream, and the whole person flew out. He slammed to the ground, his arm was broken, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. But until Feng Dong fell to the ground, he didn't even realize how canyoning did it. How is this going? The elder on the jury's seat could see clearly, and he couldn't help but take a breath. What a powerful technique. This is an absolute killing technique on the battlefield. On the ring, Canyon stood upright and didn't move. Nonsense, people are also useless, really useless. It's pretty quiet around. Father Tan also opened his mouth wide, his head was buzzing, and his thoughts were completely lost. When did his son become so powerful? Mo Chui's face was very ugly. She really did her best when she taught Feng Dong, and she didn't hide it. How could she be compared by a foreigner who went to be a bodyguard for a star? On the other side, Yu Zian opened her eyes and said, Ching ching. Si fucking raised his head, huh. He supported his head and said casually, the belt is broken, what do you say? Si fucking. How could this be her fault? Ninth brother, you must be the one who broke it. Si fucking glanced at him. Canyon and I have only known each other for less than a year, and you have known each other for 10 years. You have a lot of influence. If I had a lot of influence, why didn't I bring you down? Yu Zian closed her eyes. The belt is broken. You are arguing. Si fucking didn't listen. The bully pressed on his wheelchair and stared at him closely. Tell me, why did I bring you down? Yu Zian raised her eyebrows, but didn't move. What if you can't tell? If I can't say it, I'll. Si fucking paused for a while, with a vicious voice, I'll find another home. Yu Zian sighed, I won't tease you, let's see the assessment. Si fucking clapped his hands and sat back on the chair. She still has a way to cure this black-hearted monster. Without any accident, Canyoning got the first place in the force assessment. Father Tan stood up excitedly, his face flushed. He just wanted to let Canyon stay in the Mo family, but he didn't expect Canyon to get such a high ranking. The elders all know that Canyon has already made the prototype of Jinghong Wuiying, and they are very satisfied with him. This disciple is very good. The third elder stroked his beard. Second, he is talented in the production of hidden weapons. This skill is not bad. He can enter the family and become a first-level core disciple. The first-level core children have never received a foreign surname. Canyoning is the first. The second and third elders didn't actually know that when Zhejiang became Yu Xian's secret guard, he was already the core figure of the Mo family. And this final assessment proved his strength. In the end, Feng Dong only took the fourth place. This result is not bad. He can reach the A-level, but his target is Canyoning. Canyoning defeated him with one move, showing how disparate the strength is. Mo Chui's voice was cold. Useless thing. Feng Dong lowered his head and blushed. Miss Chu, Chuyi, Canyoning, he definitely learned some exercises. Stealing? Mo Chui laughed angrily. Thank you for being able to come up with this word. Without the permission of the elders and the head of the family, the children of the foreign clan must never learn the exercises of the Mo family. What's more, the kung fu that Kenyon had used just now was not related to the Mo family's practice. I can't see the number of ways at all, but the power is indeed great. If the force of the canyoning is not well controlled, Feng Dong will not be as simple as breaking his arm. Mo Chui was also very confused. Feng Dong opened his mouth and finally had nothing to refute. Wait for the ranking to come out, Mo Chui said lightly. The most important thing in the assessment is the production of hidden weapons. Hearing this sentence, Feng Dong regained his energy and smiled. With Miss Chuyi's teaching, I have successfully made a yin and yang needle. Mo Chui hummed lightly, with no expression on her face. The two were talking, and the rankings came out, from the back to the front, only the top 10. Feng Dong couldn't wait to look up and became excited. Miss Chuyi, I'm A-level and second. Mo Chui's expression softened. Not bad. After Feng Dong was excited, he couldn't help but be stunned. What about the name of the canyoning? The screen continues to scroll. Name, canyoning. Force rating, S. Hidden weapon rating, SSS. Overall rating, SS. Final rank, 1. The whole place was instantly silent. Good morning. The last 2 days of Xiaoxiang's double monthly pass don't stay for babies who still have monthly passes. As long as you enter one, we will add more. Give dumpling. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 417. Because of their secret missions, Zhejiang and Feng San have always been low-key among the foreign children of the Mo family, and they are inconspicuous, without any reputation or limelight. It was incredible for everyone to be able to get into the top 4 in the martial arts assessment and defeat Feng Dong by one move. Who knew that he actually got the SSS level in the production of hidden weapons? There have been several S grades in the final assessment over the years, but SSS grades have never appeared. Because the strength ceiling of foreign children is limited. Feng Dong's smile froze little by little, and he exclaimed in disbelief, "This is impossible." His voice was abrupt, and he succeeded in bringing others back to their senses. SSS rank, the one who got the S rank last time only made the 9th hidden weapon. What on earth did he make? I suspect it was a hidden weapon in the top 5. Hey, it's a little scary, I don't even dare to think about it. The elders have always been fair. The second elder gave Feng Dong a cold look. If you have any objection, win this old man. Feng Dong didn't come up in one breath, his body was shaking. It was like 10,000 bees were constantly circling around his ears, his brain was buzzing, and there were bursts of darkness in front of him. Mo Chui was also confused, but she was not as impulsive as Feng Dong. She just frowned and left the scene with a cold face. Feng Dong is not worth mentioning to her and can be replaced by someone else at any time. With such a high rating of canyoning, she was also tempted to recruit. Mochawi I regretted a little. Why didn't she cultivate canyoning directly? Brother Tan, congratulations. Many people stepped forward to congratulate Canyon, congratulations for the first place. The canyoning did not float, and replied quite calmly, thank you all. After this assessment, canyoning was completely famous in the Mo family, and everyone knew that a child of a foreign clan had the same strength as that of the Mo family. Father Tan also laughed so hard that he finally let go of his heart. Before he could stop Canyon and say something to himself, Canyon had already been taken away by the elders. After the assessment, Si stood up, ninth brother, I'll go back and see my grandma. Uzion nodded, go. In the yard, the luggage has been packed. Grandma, I suspect that your tranquilizer has been used by your hands and feet. Si stuffed a bottle of medicine into Mrsyen's hand with a solemn expression, I have helped you sort out your body, and within a year, you will use the evolver normally. The ability will not be out of control, but it may be just in case. This is an adjuvant that I have refined in the past 2 days. If you feel unwell, take one, and don't tell anyone. I know what you're saying. Two Mrsyen's eyes were cold, it seems that the Yin family wants me to die. There are too few evolutionaries above the A level, and the Yin family is not allowed to kill each other. If you want Madame Yin's life, you can only do things elsewhere. The Yin family was the safest place. Si said lightly, then let them try it. The Yin family was too far away from the Great Xia Empire, and her induction talisman was not so good, so she gave Mrsyen some one-off attack talismans, and stuffed a few new pistols, so that the first elder sent Yin the old lady goes out. On the way, Yin Qiashi hesitated, actually, with the little Mrs. medical skills, this bargaining chip is enough for the elders to invite her back. He has been by Mrsyen's side for so long, and he has communicated with the Evolutionary Alliance, Lotbar, and Deadwood many times. Up to now, I have never met a doctor who can suppress the evolutionary person whose stress has been rampant through acupuncture. As we all know, once the power of the evolutionary is completely out of control, unless you control it yourself, or input a special tranquilizer, there is no second way to make the evolutionary return to normal. This is an established truth in the evolutionary circle. But Si healed Mrsyen. Such medical skills are enough to shake the entire evolutionary world. It will make any evolutionary family treat her as a guest. Yeah, I know, but high ability is both a blessing and a curse. Mrsyen murmured, I hope they can live well, that's enough. She would rather that Yin Baikan and Yin Yaonian were not S-level evolutionaries and would be ordinary people in this life, rather than showing their sharp edge and causing death. Yin Qiashi's expression also became solemn. Good. Si medical skills are so strong, it is not guaranteed that he will not be captured by a certain force and locked up. The Yin family couldn't protect Yin Baikan and Yin Yaonian at first, and they may not be able to protect Si now. Yin Qiashi sighed, old madam, let's go back and test first. Those people have disappeared for a long time, and they haven't made a comeback for so many years. We can definitely let the second young master and the young lady come back. Mrsyen nodded with a cold expression, go back first, but I want to see who wants my life this time. There are only a few people in charge of tranquilizers, and she checks them one by one. Here, in the yard. Hey, Tang Si called Yotang, did Brother Ju book you a ticket? We're going to Dongsang on the 20th to start the game. I sent you VIP tickets for the Opal scene. Hearing this title, Yutang didn't pay attention to what came after, and was shocked, Ching, could it be that ninth uncle has already taken you down? She was just immersed in her studies for a while, why did the outside world suddenly change? Does she want to prepare a gift? Yutang counted the money in her small vault and began to worry. Si is checking the information of teams in other regions, what to win. Yutang. She got it? Her ninth uncle must have lured Ching Ching with money. It's already booked. Yu Tang coughed twice. Ching Ching, you don't have to hold back this time, you must kill the Western God team to the brink. At the end of the call, she put on her vest secretly and went to post. Brothers and sisters, if someone is dumped outside one day, what do you think about it? The feud of stealing a wife is undeniable. Who dares to steal my wife? Where's my 40-meter sword? What? Ching Ching is too small, mother does not allow it, absolutely does not allow it. Analyze rationally, since Ching King Bao started acting, there is no such thing as a male protagonist in the two dramas. The male actors who have opposite performances with her, such as Mo Yingdi, the child has just been promoted this year. Judging from Mo Yingdi's posture, it is clear that he is really afraid of someone. A female star really killed him with a sword. With her variety show, I don't remember anyone else, so it's impossible for the top male celebrities who are on fire in Niu. If you bet, you will be an outsider, but I don't think it is possible. You see, she's obviously just looking for a career. If there is, I think Lu Xingheng in the medical chapter of The Birth of a Staff is not bad. He is handsome and has a figure and is a doctor. It's just a standard male lead. Add one. I also think Lu Xingheng is good, but his aura is weaker than Ching Ching. Yu Tang flipped through the comments. 90% of MUSI thinks that Si Fuqian is dedicated to making money. Yu Tang sighed. Even the Muses can see clearly about the love of money. Her ninth uncle is really miserable. Yu Tang quickly took a few pictures and sent them to Lu Xingheng. Yu Tang, if you dare to kill me without taking me to play games, I will send this screenshot to my ninth uncle. Lu Xingheng. Lu Xingheng, I'll take you to fight, and I'll kill you while standing. Ancestor, don't hurt me. Yu Tang was very satisfied. Her ninth uncle is really easy to use wherever she goes. Although she didn't know how someone like Lu Xingheng was still afraid of her ninth uncle, it didn't stop her from bullying him. Yu Tang gave himself a compliment in his heart. In the afternoon, the prototype of the shadowless needle made by the canyoning was placed in a glass cover by the second elder and displayed in the direct line of the Mo family. Mo Chui looked at the delicate hidden weapon and couldn't help but gasped. The prototype of the Jinghong shadowless needle was actually made by a foreigner. No wonder Canyon's hidden weapon rating is the highest SSS rating. Such a top-level hidden weapon, even if the blueprint is there, may not be able to be produced. That's why the Mo family released the drawings of the meteor hidden arrow very calmly. It has been publicized for decades, and only 11 or 12 foreign children have been created. Have you seen it? Said the second elder. You should work harder and be careful not to be overtaken by others. Mo Chui's expression was a little embarrassed. Yes, thank the second elder for his teaching. She took a deep breath and became more determined to recruit canyoning. After the canyoning, maybe with her ability, she can create the shadowless needle. Mo Chui was excited for a while, and hurriedly left the exhibition area. Feng Dong was waiting outside. He is a foreigner and is not qualified to enter. Seeing Mo Chui coming out, he opened his mouth. Miss Chui, I. Mo Chui ignored him and left directly. Feng Dong clenched his fists, gritted his teeth, and saw the second elder also coming out, and immediately chased after him. The second elder no longer had any impression of Feng Dong, and just glanced at him. What's the matter with you? Second elder, I have a problem, Feng Dong said in a loud voice. Why can Kenyon have an SSS rating? What kind of hidden weapon did he make? I'm not convinced. Why should I have a lower rating than him? Why is it SSS level? Okay, I'll tell you why. The second elder finally looked at him and said coldly, it's because of him that he created the prototype of the Jinghong Wuying needle. It's because of the Jinghong Wuying. The needle can reappear in his hands. The old man asks you if these reasons are enough. You don't even have the IQ to think about this. Why are you still in the Mo family? It has been 7 or 8,000 updates since it was put on the shelves, and the 2 bursts are also 40,000 words. As a part-time author, we are already faster than many full-time authors. I also tried my best to update. A lot of babies ask when they will explode again. They need some motivation. This month, the top 3 of the monthly Kreting and Xiao and Xiang monthly passes. On the 1st of next month, there will be a small explosion, and we will do it. Old Xiao Xiang doubles the monthly pass, and he will be on the list in June. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 418. As if there was a thunderous bang in his ears, the explosion made Feng Dong's mind go blank. Feng Dong paled in horror, and the battle became unsteady. Jinghong has no shadow needle? How is it possible? People in the Mo family would not be clear about the status of Jinghong Wuiying Zhen. Ranked first, lethality first, lethality first. A veritable first hidden weapon. After the Mo family's hidden weapon blueprint was destroyed by a sudden fire, the elders at that time even said that even if it was a foreigner, as long as the Jinghong Wuiying Zhen reappeared, they could be the same as the Mo family's patriarch. If canyoning really made the prototype of the shadowless needle, the rating SSS would be low. Understood? Satisfied, the second elder put his hands behind his back. Just think about it with your brain and you won't ask such a stupid question. There are many foreign children who are shocked by the canyoning rating, and they all understand that his rating is so high, and he must have produced a top-level hidden weapon. What a brainless thing. Feng Dong lost his soul, and his whole body seemed to be crazy, holding his head and shouting, "Impossible, it's impossible. I don't believe it." The second elder frowned. What does it look like? Take it out and take it out. It is undeniable that in this year's final assessment, Feng Dong's second grade is enough for him to become a core child. But core children need to integrate various factors, and strength is only one of them. With Feng Dong's character, that is a time bomb of the Mo family. The second elder would not let such a person stay in the Mo family. The soulless Feng Dong was carried away by the 2 guards to the gate of the Mo family, and bumped into the canyoning who was escorting Sci-fi. Feng Dong's eyes were red, and he stared at the canyoning. The elders said that you have made the prototype of the Jinghong shadowless needle. Canyon glanced at him. Yes, what's the problem? You don't believe it? Feng Dong said hoarsely, yes, I just don't believe it. Hearing this sentence, Sci-fi turned his head and raised his eyebrows with great interest. Why don't you believe it? Because of reason and logic. Feng Dong clenched his fists. You have never had a direct descendant of the Mo family to teach you. Secondly, there is no blueprint for Jinghong Wuiying needle, and third, you have absolutely no ability to make Jinghong Wuiying needle power. You have no family background, and no connections. You have nothing. How can you make it? On the side, Feng San provoked him. He is scolding you for being stupid, and he is also slandering ninth brother and Miss Si. If you don't clean him up, I will look down on you. Canyon snorted coldly, and he took 2 steps forward. I'll teach you how to believe. Boom. Boom. He raised his leg and raised his fist, and in just a few seconds, Feng Dong didn't even have room to struggle. He fell to the ground facing the sky, and once again experienced a fiasco in the arena. One of the canyoning feet was still on his rib. Feng Dong opened his mouth. You. He played against canyoning last year, and canyoning had at most a draw with him. How can canyoning progress so fast in just a few months? Canyon squatted down, patted his face with his hand, and smiled slightly. By the way, tell you, I have the blueprint of the Jinghong Wuiying needle, which Miss Si gave it, and I have also had someone to guide me all these years, and Ju Ji is guiding I. You don't believe it, because you don't deserve to know these things, understand? Si. She really suspects now that the canyoning has been damaged by her. Si fucking put his hands in his pockets. Let's go. Come here. Kenyon changed his face in a second. Miss Si, wait for me, brother Ju told me to buy milk tea for you. Feng San couldn't stand it and muttered, virtue. Feng Dong spat out another mouthful of blood, looked at the backs of the three, and was completely stunned this time. Who is Si fucking? Isn't she a hot female star? How can there be a blueprint of the shadowless needle? Who is the ninth brother? Feng Dong's fingers trembled and his head bowed. At this moment, there is only endless regret, drowning all the thoughts in his heart. Here, Feng San Hejiao sent Si fucking to the Heaven and Earth Alliance, and then went to purchase materials. The shooting of the art chapter of The Birth of a Staff officially ended in these 2 days. In the few days that Si fucking was away, the other interns and celebrity guests couldn't get much energy. Director Chin found that no one was scaring his heart, and he was not used to it. Only Song Wenhua breathed a sigh of relief. Si fucking was not there, and she finally felt a lot more at ease, and the highlights of the program team were able to focus on her. Now that Si fucking came back, Song Wenhua's heart was lifted again. Mr. Si is really busy enough to ask for a week's leave. Song Wenhua smiled and asked, intentionally or unintentionally, is there any important thing that should even be dismissed? Si fucking asked lightly, do you know why Xiaoming's grandfather lived to be 100 years old? Song Wenhua was stunned and asked subconsciously, why? Because he was never nosy. Song Wenhua's smile froze on his face, and his expression was embarrassed for a moment. She has never seen a star with such a character as Si fucking, and she speaks in public with no regard for any image. Even artists who are known to be completely different in the circle will pretend to be polite in the public eye. Si fucking is so arrogant, and he is still a fish in water in the entertainment industry. It would be impossible without the sponsor. Song Wenhua pursed his lips. She has gone through the chairman of several big companies in her mind, but she still can't find someone who can match the number. On the sofa behind, several art interns are talking. Mr. Si is really amazing. Of all the actors nominated for this year's Golden Flower Awards and Hwanian Awards, none of them can fight her. Yeah, she's only 19 years old, a 19-year-old Shuangjinshi. It is estimated that she will be able to become a Grand Slam queen when she is 20 years old. Song Wenhua couldn't listen anymore, and squeezed his fingers slightly. She was born as a child star. She started filming at the age of 5. She has worked with many big names. At the age of 12, she also won the Golden Flower Award for Best Supporting Actress. Among her peers, her development is the best. But in the middle of the fight, a Si fucking came out, and her light obscured her peers. As long as there is a place for Si fucking, no one can see her again. Song Wenhua could also understand how angry Tong Luyun was. This year's Golden Flower Awards and Hwanian Awards collided, one tomorrow and the other the day after. The result is not out, everything is still inconclusive. Can Si fucking really get the double gold after watching? Song Wenhua tightened her fingers and said with a smile, do you really think she can win the double prize? Several interns were stunned. Song Wenhua didn't explain anything. Let's take a look at it the day after tomorrow. Si fucking is still too young to understand the unspoken rules and shady secrets of the entertainment industry. The Mo family is here. Mo Chui thought for a whole day and finally made up her mind. She wants to spend a lot of money to win Canyoning to her faction, and she can give anything. Canyoning created the prototype of the shadowless needle, and the elders attached great importance to him. So Mo Chui invited the third and fourth elders. The third elder, the fourth elder, she said in a deep voice, we have been held down by Mo Yanwen for so long, do you really want to see my brother and I being held down all the time? Hearing these words, the third elder and the fourth elder looked at each other. Mo Chui's words really spoke to their hearts. The most powerful member of the Mo family is the elders, and each head of the family is also selected by the elders. The internal struggle of the big family has always been very fierce, not to mention a 1,000-year-old family like the Mo family. A good fight will make a family progress, and a bad fight will destroy the family. In order to restrict each faction, there can only be at most 2 members of the same faction in the elders. Mo Chiwi's generation is the direct descendant of the 3rd and 4th elders. This guy named Kenyon can make the prototype of the shadowless needle, and he must have a drawing in his hand. Mo Chiwi added. He can't make the core structure because he is not skilled enough. If he wants to help me, I will definitely be able to make a full version of the shadowless needle. If she succeeds, the position of the head of the Mo family will be hers. Thinking of this, Mo Chiwi couldn't hold back his excitement. Especially a few days ago, she was locked up by Mo Yanwen. Waiting for her to make the shadowless needle, will she need to suffer from this kind of chi? Well, if he's willing to help you, it's really no longer a problem to let Jinghong Wuing needle appear in the world. The 3rd elder nodded slightly. As long as it succeeds, the conditions are up to him. Thank you 2 elders. Mo Chiwi got up. I'll go right now. At this time, Kenyoning was at home. He became a core child, and Father Tan changed his attitude towards him. The arrival of Mo Chiwi made Father Tan even more excited. Kenyoning, come here quickly, Miss Chiwi has something important to discuss with you. Mo Chiwi waved his hand and signaled for Tan's father and Tan's mother to step down. The shadowless needle involves the secrets of the Mo family, which cannot be heard by these foreigners. Kenyoning is neither humble nor arrogant, polite and distant. What's the matter with Miss Chiwi? You have created the prototype of the shadowless needle. You must be aware of your status in the Mo family. Mo Chiwi said indifferently, but you are not a direct descendant after all, and there are some things you can't deal with. Kenyon looked at her. So help me, we can make a full version of Jinghong Wuing needle. If I become the head of the family, when the elders change, I will push you to be the elders. Mo Chiwi said. How? It is absolutely a great honor for a foreigner to become an elder. She has maximized the conditions, and it is impossible not to agree to the Kenyoning. Thank you for your tickets. Although I was squeezed to the 6th place, I still add more to everyone in the afternoon. It's almost 4,000, and the baby with monthly pass is full of waves equals W equals. Q reading is already the 3rd, everyone rushed. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 419. Kenyoning is now a hotcake in the hands of the elders, and the other direct lineages are also watching. Of course, she must start first. The comprehensive power of the Chu character generation is not comparable to the Yan character generation. There is only one Mo Yanwen in the Yanzi generation. Mo Chiwi waited for Kenyoning's answer. Kenyon took a bite of the bun and said only one word, no. Mo Chiwi's face sank instantly. What did you say? I said I don't want to. Kenyon was quite surprised. And you are far worse than the head of the house, and you don't have the ability. Why should I help you sit on the position of head of the house? Also the full version of Shadowless Needle? Mo Yanwen has already made it? Mo Chiwi has a high self-esteem, and she looks down on Si fucking both openly and secretly, and still wants him to help? What spring and autumn dreams are you doing? Although Uzion stated that he was not involved in the struggle between the direct descendants of the Mo family, Kenyon also knew that without Mo Yanwen, who had chosen him to be Uzion's secret guard, he would not be who he is today. Of course, he was completely on Mo Yanwen's side in the battle for the head of the family. These words made Mo Chiwi's chest rise and fall with anger. It's good. You're very good. The Kenyoning anger did not pay for his life, and he said slowly, I can make the prototype of the Shadowless Needle, of course it is very good. Boom. Mo Chiwi's face was ashen, She slammed on the table and sneered, "Boy, you have something. No foreigner has ever dared to talk to her like that." "Hey, you broke my table." Kenyon dropped his sharp eyes and saw a crack. "Quick, lose money. This table in my house is a fine sandalwood, 100,000 yuan, not a second price." Mo Chui's hands trembled because of excessive anger. "Tan Muo. Really open my eyes and talk nonsense. This table simply doesn't know how many years of wood it has used," deliberately defrauding her. Mo Chui just wanted to slap the past, but because canyoning has been a big hit in front of the elders for the past 2 days, the meaning of Jinghong Wuing Zhen is too important for the Mo family, so she can only hold back. Canyoning has no intention of retreating. Mo Chui endured it, took out a check, filled 100,000 with a cold face, and slapped it on the table. She didn't want to wait for a second, got up and left. She can't be soft, she can be hard. Do not eat and drink a toast. What she needs is not the canyoning person, but the needle. Tan's father just came out of the kitchen with fruit in his hand. Seeing that Mo Chui had just left, he couldn't help but be anxious. "Miss Chui." Mo Chui didn't turn her head, she didn't stop. "What are you doing?" Tan's father was half puzzled, half angry. "Dad knows that you are now a core child, but after all, there is a world of difference between us and direct descendants. Miss Chui wants to recommend you to the elders. How did you piss her off?" Father Tan only felt that he was in heaven just now, and now he has fallen into hell again. "Do I need her?" Kenyon frowned, and his voice became cold. "Dad, I have warned you many times, I have a secret mission, I know what I am doing, and I can stay in the Mo family. Don't meddle in my affairs, otherwise if something goes wrong, you can't afford it, and I can't protect you." After he finished speaking, he left the gate despite Father Tan's dissuasion. He made an appointment with Feng San and wanted to try to make a full version of Jinghong Wuing Zhen, so he didn't have time to pay attention to other people. The next day, Sci-fi flew to Sijukan. The annual Hwanian Awards kicked off today, and Dragon Crossing and The Zhao Dynasty, as 2 TV dramas filmed last year, were both nominated. This is the first time for Sci-fi to participate in the selection of mainstream awards. "Yes, this skirt, you must wear this skirt," Sang Yanking directed the stylist, very satisfied. "If you go with this look, it will be a red carpet killer, we are full of aura." "Yes," the strand of hair put it down. "Hey, this eyeshadow is not good, change it to a brighter one, you need to bling bling." Sci-fi was sitting in front of the vanity mirror, already numb to the point of being tossed. She slumped on the chair like a salted fish, letting the stylist try on her look. "My little junior sister is beautiful in the end," Yu Ejian put on her lipstick and nodded with satisfaction. "I don't know when I will be able to have a junior brother-in-law." Sci moved his stiff limbs. "Why don't you bring me a third brother-in-law first?" Yu Jian raised her eyebrows. "I'll go to the bar and grab one for you." Sci disturbed. She needs to observe a second of silence for a certain Zero Chief. Wait, Sang Yanking caught up. "Mister, you specially told me to put it on." Sci took the necklace from Sang Yanking's hand, and recognized that it was a new product of RM, a limited edition. Many celebrities wanted to borrow it but did not borrow it. Yu Jian put it on for her and patted her on the back. "Your boss's aesthetics are really good, I'm very relieved. At least it won't be like when the second child takes the younger sister out, and only buys her construction site clothes." As usual, the award ceremony of the Nianhua Awards tonight will be awarded by several veteran TV queens and TV emperors. Heavyweight awards such as Best Actress are all at the end. After a few supporting role awards are awarded, and a few performances are interspersed in the middle. The atmosphere of the audience finally reached its peak. It is no surprise that this year's TV show was won by a long-established actor. Next is the award for Best Actress. The presenter, Sci-fucking, is very familiar with Tao Yunkai. It's an honor to witness the development of Daxia's TV series, and many excellent works emerged last year. Tao Yunkai held his handcard and said, the actors who were shortlisted for the Best Actress include Sci-fucking's Dragon, Tong Luyun's Best Actress The Great Zhao Dynasty. Clips of each actor also began to play on the screen. The sound of music suddenly became tense at this time, and everyone's heart was choked at the same time, and they didn't even dare to breathe too much. Congratulations to the winner of the Best Actress. Tao Yungzi paused before saying a name with a smile, Sci-fucking, congratulations. There was thunderous applause from the audience. Netizens who are watching the live broadcast online are also very excited. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Sci-fucking, Yandian of NEIU, a 19-year-old video queen, the future can be expected. Wife? The wife has the first view. The second look back. Rush. In recent years, most of the rising stars in the entertainment industry are traffic stars, and there are too few artists with both strength and appearance. Sci-fucking won the Nianhua Award for Best Actress, and finally had her performance recognized. As one of the 3 major awards for TV dramas in Daxia, the Nianhua Award is enough for her to gain a firm foothold in the TV drama circle. Hashtag Sci-fucking, Huanian Award hashtag. Hashtag Sci-fucking, look behind hashtag. Hashtag Sci-fu-ching, the future can be expected hashtag. Hot searches are on the ground one after another, and more Sci-fucking netizens know about her. Her fans have further increased overnight, and have exceeded the 70 million mark. I hope there will be more such actors and more powerful works in the future. May the Daxia performing arts circle flourish and pass on from generation to generation. This can actually defeat Tong Luyun. I don't understand, is the newcomer so strong? It's normal that Tong Luyun didn't win the award. She nominated The Great Zhao Dynasty, and she played a good female emperor into a pendant that depends on a man. What about the big heroine I want to see? Because the Zhao Dynasty and Dragon Crossing were selected at the same time, the launch also hit the schedule and has been pulled out for comparison. Tong Luyun also wanted to win the second round Grand Slam award when she filmed the Zhao Dynasty. Her team also greeted the judges of the Nianhua Award in advance, but the result was not what she wanted. Tong Luyun glanced at the comments on the internet, dropped her phone, and her face was frosty. Don't be angry, the agent reassured her vigorously. You haven't made TV dramas for many years, and the heroine is complained about. That's also the screenwriter's problem. The fans are very supportive of you. Tong Luyun pursed her lips. She won the China Year Award, and you won the Golden Flower Award. The agent continued, she didn't completely push you, don't be too angry, you're just playing TV shows. Her TV shows are her main business. Even if there is with Sang Yanking here, it is very difficult for her to enter the film industry. The film industry needs more connections than the TV show industry. Several directors who have the right to speak in the film circle know Tong Luyun and have cooperated many times. It is even more difficult for Sci-fucking to squeeze into the film circle. Hearing this, Tong Luyun felt better. She said lightly, then wait for the Golden Flower Award tomorrow. In this round, she will definitely pull it back. The Golden Flower Awards were also held in Sijukan. On the second night, this was the first time that the 2 major TV drama awards were so close. Good guy, the same group of actors, the same group of TV series, except for the judges and the presenters, they are exactly the same. I don't know who the Golden Flower Award will go to. It must be Sci-fucking. There is really no one who can fight Devil. After the 19-year-old Shuang Jinshi, there is only Sci-fucking alone, right? Like the awarding order of the Nianhua Awards, the TV Emperor Award is also at the end, and the finale appears. Tong Luyun, sitting on the right, turned her head and glanced in the direction of Sci-fucking, with a bit of provocation and condescension. Sang Yanking sat right behind Sci-fucking, and naturally received Tong Lu-yun's gaze. She frowned, her eyes narrowed. Something is wrong. In the past 2 years, there have been frequent shady scenes at the Golden Flower Awards, and its credibility has gradually lost. Is it possible that you dare to come this year? Sci-fi was very calm. The soldiers will come to block it, the water will come to cover it, and everything will be natural. You're in a good mood, Sang Yanking sighed, but if you don't win the award, I'm afraid the internet will pay attention to you. The finalists of the 5 actresses began to play on the big screen. Finally, the audience also found something abnormal. What is the Golden Flower Award doing? Compare the foreshadowing plot of Dragon Crossing with the highlight plot of the Zhao Dynasty. I have never seen such a comparison, and I am a little nauseated. To be honest, the high-profile plot of the Great Zhao Dynasty is not as good as our Suiyan eating a candied horse on the street. The Great Zhao Dynasty is the one with the lowest rating in all of Tong Lu-yun's film and television dramas. Of course, if you compare it with other actresses, you can still beat it. But today it is going to fight against Demon, a TV series that made Sci-fi consecrate the gods. Today, this award-winning guest is an old acquaintance of ours on the stage. The actress smiled. She has won the Post Viewer Award many times. She is a Grand Slam Post Viewer, and she is Mr. Tong Lu-yun. Tong, congratulations. The voice fell, and instead of applause, the audience fell into silence. After a full 10 seconds of silence, the official had to send the leader, and then there was a sparse applause. The atmosphere was very condensed, far less hot than the scene of the Hwanian Awards. Tong Lu-yun came to the stage, accepted the award gracefully, and delivered an acceptance speech. The applause remained sparse. It can be said that the Golden Flower Awards ended in embarrassing applause. It turned out to be waiting for us here, Sang Yanking sneered. I just said where she got the confidence. It seems that she greeted the judges in advance, and she really shouldn't have any hope for the Golden Flower Awards. It is always a shady scene, and the judges are blindly commenting. Sci-fi was expressionless, always lazy. The media also got the news that after the Golden Flower Awards, they blocked Sci-fi's way invariably. Miss Si, do you have anything to say about today's selection of the Golden Flower Awards? You didn't win the award, and you are one step away from the double Golden Award. Do you regret it? Sci-fi raised his head and straightened the microphone unhurriedly. Just these 2 words made Sang Yanking's heart skip a beat. But she didn't stop it. Today's selection of the Golden Flower Awards made her very angry. If it wasn't for the Hwanian Awards, she might have rolled up her sleeves and smashed the jury of the Golden Flower Awards. From today onwards, I will withdraw from the selection of the Golden Flower Awards, and all the TV dramas I will shoot in the future will no longer participate in the selection of the Golden Flower Awards. Sci-fi stretched out his hand and flicked his jacket lightly. That's it? Grandpa doesn't play with you anymore. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Ching Qian. Chapter 420. The place was silent. The media were shocked by Sci-fi's remarks. Rao is the most articulate reporter, and stammered at the moment. Miss Si means that you are no longer participating in the selection of the Golden Flower Awards. The Golden Flower Award has a longer history than the Hwanian Award, second only to the Yunding Award. But all actors who have won the Golden Flower Award have already become famous. No actor has ever dared to face off against the entire Golden Flower Awards jury. Who are the jury members of the Golden Flower Awards? A veteran in the industry. Sci-fi blatantly provoked the jury of the Golden Flower Awards. Didn't he want to break his way in the film and television industry? The media also know that Sci-fi has always been stubborn, thinking that she will face Tong Lu-yun, but she did not expect that she would also pull out the Golden Flower Award jury. Yes, Sci-fi hugged his arms. Is it all shot? It should be enough for you to rush your performance. Remember to put my words out in full. Well, I have to get off work now, so don't bother me. The media watched her leave, but couldn't recover. The hot search of the Nianhua Award is still hanging on Weibo, and the Golden Flower Award has also begun. Hashtag Tongluyun, SI fucking hashtag. Hashtag Tongluyun, after the Golden Flower Awards hashtag. Hashtag SI fucking regrets losing the election hashtag. Why Tongluyun? I admit that Tongluyun's TV series is really remarkable, and it's definitely a masterpiece in recent years, but it really can't be compared with Dragon Crossing. The Golden Flower Awards jury team is blind. I really laughed. Why can't it be Tongluyun? How long has she been acting? Is it really better than a rookie actor? The panel of judges are all professionals, and we laymen just watch it. How do you know if SI fucking is doing well? Tisk tisk tisk. SI fucking sprain dead fans are incompetent and furious. I have said it a long time ago, respect the predecessors, and start to blow the double gold before winning the award, and blow it too far. Just when there was a scuffle on the internet, a new hot search appeared. Hashtag SI fucking announces his permanent withdrawal from the Golden Flower Awards hashtag. This entry instantly rushed to the top of the hot search list at the speed of a rocket. There is a word explosive at the back. The topicality grows exponentially. Netizens were also shocked. Is SI fucking really crazy? Withdraw from the Golden Flower Awards? Brilliant. Sis just. Your sister is not playing with you. Early after Guz Hainan won the Golden Flower Award from Chen Yuqiao, I stopped watching the Golden Flower Award, thinking that this year's Golden Flower Award will at least be fairer, but I didn't expect it to be the same, and I will never watch it again. SI fucking's acting skills have been recognized when he crossed the demon fire all over the summer. There are also older generation artists who analyzed her acting skills and gave several lectures in Xiaoying. When a mainstream award fails to convince the public and gradually loses its credibility, the mainstream award will fall sooner or later. There are more and more voices of doubts on the internet, and they have not subsided day and night. As a last resort, the jury group of the Golden Flower Awards issued a notice on the evening of the second day. Seriously declare that there is absolutely no inside story in the awards, and the jury team has always been fair and fair. Please do not spread rumors, or we will issue a lawyer's notice. We believe that Miss SI fucking exerted too much force in her performance, just constantly showing off her skills without any real emotion. We do not deny Miss C's acting skills or her talent, but a good actor needs truly put into it. Teacher Tongluyun has been out for more than 10 years, and she has a better grasp of emotions. She perfectly plays the role of the Empress of the Great Zhao dynasty. Compared with the role of the Empress, Sui Yan is even more illusory and unreal. She seems to be out of hatred. Raw, it will impart incorrect values to the audience. We affirm Miss C's acting skills, and we hope that her performance in the future will be recognized by more people, and she will be able to take on better dramas and establish correct views for young people. With this announcement from the Golden Flower Awards jury group, Tongluyun's fans suddenly gained confidence and began to mock MOSI. Trouble a newcomer to make some TV dramas with correct values, and then touch the old Chinese. To be honest, we Luoyun don't care about the Golden Flower Award at all. She has won it twice, this is the third time. What's the shady story? It's just that your sister doesn't live up to your expectations. Excessive force? Showing off your skills. Sang Yanqing was so angry that he suffered a myocardial infarction for the first time. Obviously she is the shady Tongluyun of the judges group, and she has to step on SI fucking. It's true that Tongluyun's qualifications are old, but it doesn't mean that a newcomer should be her stepping stone. There are quite a few netizens who are on your side. Sang Yanqing calmed down his anger, but there are also people who are holding on to your withdrawal from the Golden Flower Awards selection, but you don't have to worry, this kind of trivial matter is something that I won't let go of. There's more, Prince. SI fucking smiled. I'm also worried about causing trouble for you, Sister Sang. I'm your manager, of course I'm thinking of you. Sang Yanqing's voice was cold, the Golden Flower Awards in recent years have not been able to convince the audience, so it's a good thing not to participate. What rubbish. As soon as the announcement of the Golden Flower Awards came out, Tong Lu-yun naturally forwarded it. In addition, there are also many Golden Flower Award winners who have also forwarded it, criticizing Sci-fi overtly and secretly for being too arrogant and too utilitarian. This really put a lot of pressure on Sang Yanking. But her wrist has always been vigorous and resolute, and she is not a vegetarian. However, before Sang Yanking made his full effort, there were already other voices on the internet. Xie Yu and Lu Ningsheng, who were friends with Sci-fi, voiced support for her, including some old artists. At Tao Yunkai V, I didn't expect that the current Golden Flower Award has lost its original credibility, so it's better not to participate in such an award. At V, I am making a movie abroad, and it is very sad to hear such news. In any case, a good actor has already proved himself in front of the audience, and he does not need such a false name. At Huanian Awards official Weibo V, our awards are fair, Miss C's acting skills and emotions are in place, and the Best Actress award is worthy of its name. At Mo Yishan V, the emotion is not in place, I don't accept it. It's been half a year since I finished filming. Now I see a female star and feel like she's going to be stabbed with 8 swords and 10 swords. My body hurts so much, hey, I don't dare to think about it again. Laughing to death, who would have thought that Mo Yingdi just starred in a TV series as a friendship, and there would be such a big psychological shadow, and director Tang should pay for his good friend's mental damage. I am a layman, and I do not understand the comments of experts, but I see that Sci-fi can cry and laugh when acting, and can let the audience into the play and move the audience. Do you think she has no feelings for such an actor? Boycott the Golden Flower Award. If this year's shortlisted TV series didn't have Dragon Crossing, Tong Lu-yun would be beyond reproach for winning the award. With Duo Mo, she can still win the award. It is impossible without the inside story. I don't believe it, and I will also boycott the Golden Flower Award. Soon someone edited several clips of Dragon Crossing and the Zhao Dynasty, and comprehensively compared the acting skills of Sci-fi and Tong Lu-yun in their respective TV series. 60% of netizens believe that the Golden Flower Awards are also shady this time, and the Best Actress award should not belong to Tong Lu-yun. Why can't I win the award? Tong Lu-yun laughed angrily. Why can she win the award? She just made a TV series. Did I say anything when I didn't win the award in my first TV series? Awards are also based on qualifications. Anyway, I got the award. Let her talk, the agent said lightly. What can her fans be dissatisfied with? Don't even look at how she compares to Tong Lu-yun in terms of actual performance. The funniest thing is that she even said that she would withdraw from the selection of the Golden Flower Awards. The agent shook his head. As expected, she is a young man, and she is self-destructing. The Golden Flower Award has a history of 70 years, and its prestige is very high. Can Sci-fi alone be able to shake it? It was too insane. Sure enough, they don't have to take action to suppress them. With Sci-fi's character, he can offend a large number of people. Can the jury of the Golden Flower Awards suffer from this kind of anger? I quite admire her. Tong Lu-yun smiled casually. You're young, you always have to be beaten a few times to grow up. Her fans are also supporting her, and many veteran artists are standing by her side. She doesn't care how Sci-fi's fans jump. After all, in the eyes of the public, she has a lot of works and a higher nationality. That night, Tong Lu-yun naturally had a sweet dream. The next day, a piece of news suddenly exploded the entire hot search list. Exposure. After 12 years, the Daxia TV series has been nominated for the Jushin Award again. Sci-fi is nominated for Best Actress, nominated for the Best Director Award for Tang Haikyuu. The Jushin Award is known as the 4 major international entertainment awards along with the Grameen Award in the film category, the Hera Award in the music category and the Baohwayu Award in the drama category. To sum up, in one sentence. Jushin Award, the highest international TV drama award. 3 shifts face slaps will never be late. It's still a double monthly pass, don't stay for the babies who have tickets, give Ching Ching a rush forward. See you tomorrow.